Alright, finally the Samsung deals are out, but it's kind of disappointing. Let me explain. First of all, on Flipkart, it's like there are no Samsung deals apart from the S23 FE and S23. Like there's basically 5 deals and only 2 of them are worth buying. So I also included the Amazon deals on this video, as the other things are a little better. But let's first see what we get on Flipkart. First of all, we get a deal on the Samsung A14 5G, which is supposed to come at 10,000 rupees for its 4GB RAM 128GB storage variant, which normally is available at around 11,000 rupees. But I would instead recommend you to increase your budget and get the Samsung F15, and I think its 4/120GB variant might come at around 11 to 12,000 rupees either on Flipkart or on Amazon. But the 6/128GB is already available at 13,000 rupees on Amazon. You will get a Full HD plus 90Hz AMOLED display instead of an 60Hz IPS display on the Samsung A14, and also with a better processor and a better camera setup. Then we get to see the most anticipated deal of the year, the Samsung S23, which is said to be available at just around 37,000 rupees, which is a very good deal. But you have to purchase the price lock at around 1,000 rupees from now to be able to purchase that phone at that price once the sale starts. I will be making a dedicated video on this price lock feature and why it might be a scam. So stay subscribed and watch that video once it comes out before getting this price lock feature. But is that 1,000 rupees will be deducted from the actual phone price. So if you get this price lock at 1,000 rupees and lock the deal at 37,000 rupees, but during the sale you would only have to pay the rest 36,000 rupees to get this device. So yeah, your 1,000 rupees is not going anywhere, you're just basically locking the price. And without the price lock it might be around 38,000 rupees, and even then it will be a good deal similar to the iPhone 13's deal on Amazon, which is also at 38,000 rupees. But the S23 is a little better. Then comes the S23 FE, another anticipated device which you might get at just 28,000 rupees. But again, for that you have to get the 1,000 rupees price lock feature first. Like why? Either way is also a good deal, but you have to remember that this phone has some heating and battery life issues. But at this price it deserves your attention, at least for once. And without the price lock I think it will come at around 29,000 rupees, which will still be a really good price for this phone. Then you get the newly launched budget Samsung F05, but don't buy any budget Samsung phones. Get a Realme or a Moto instead, so you can skip this deal. Then you get the Samsung S24 Plus at 65,000 rupees, but you can actually buy the Samsung S23 Ultra, which I will talk about in a minute. But for 65,000 rupees you can still get this, but I wouldn't personally recommend you to buy this though. For me the S23 Ultra is a better device. And that is it for Flipkart. Now let's head over to Amazon. So first of all we get to see the Samsung S21 FE, but it isn't getting any sorts of deals. Like yes, with a bank discount it is going to be available at 25,750 rupees, but without it is going to remain at its original price, that was 27,000 rupees before the sale and also during the Amazon sales. But either ways I am not going to recommend anyone to buy this now. The effective price of the S24 Ultra is said to be 1,10,000 rupees, but with some card discounts of course. But here's a fun fact, if you choose a different color, that's the titanium yellow color, without any card discounts at just 1,05,000 rupees for the same RAM and storage configuration. And for that price too it won't be a bad deal. But then what's the point of putting this up on the sale when you can get this cheaper before the sale? And also the expected 90,000 rupees price seems to be far off now, so yeah, I don't think so it's gonna happen. Then you get the Samsung A35 at around 26,000 rupees with some card discounts, but I would suggest you to rather buy the Samsung M35, which will cost you around 16,000 rupees or about 14,000 rupees with card discounts. Almost the same phone apart from a few minor things, almost the same display, same processor, same cameras at a much cheaper price. So I think it will be very sensible to buy the M35 instead. The Samsung A55 will be available at around 34,000 rupees with some card discounts, but I would suggest you to go with the S23 FE if you can compromise a little bit on the battery life. Rest everything is either same or a little better on the S23 FE, or you can just increase your budget to get the S23, a much better device than the A55. These devices would make much more sense to buy, but again if you need a bigger display and more battery life, only then go for the A55, else not. The Samsung Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6 will be available at 95,000 rupees and 1,50,000 rupees respectively. And if you can afford a luxury phone or want to buy a luxury device and don't really care much about value for money device, then you can get these at relatively cheap prices on Amazon sale. Then the S23 Ultra will be available not at 65,000 rupees but at 70,000 rupees, but with card offers. Else you can get this at 75,000 rupees, which still would be around 5,000 rupees cheaper from what we usually get to see on Amazon on this device. And I would still recommend this and actually over the S24 Plus or even the S24 Ultra, as this still offers a better value especially at this price. And I've already told to get the Samsung M35, good device at a good price, so yeah, you can buy that. Then you can get the Samsung S24's 256GB version at around 60,000 rupees with some card discounts and around 63,000 rupees without the card discounts. And the 128GB was already available at around 55,000 rupees a few days ago, so that deal might come back again, and I think that deal's a little bit better as compared to this one. But again I think there will be no S24 deal under 50,000 rupees as we were expecting, so yeah, I think it's also not going to happen maybe. And you can just buy the S24 Plus with 256GB storage at 65,000 rupees on Flipkart, so that would make much more sense as compared to this one. Or you can just extend your budget to around 70 to 75,000 rupees and get the S23 Ultra, which again will be a much better device as compared to both of these. But you can either get the S24's 128GB version at 55,000 rupees or below that, or you can get the S24 Plus at 65,000 rupees from Flipkart. Or if you can, you can then extend your budget for the S23 Ultra. Even though I would rather get the S23's 256GB version to save some money without losing having much quality. Don't get confused please. And I wouldn't recommend the remaining Samsung devices, that is Samsung M05 or the A15 or the A06. You will get much better devices as compared to these ones at those particular prices. So yeah, this was kind of confusing deals from Samsung from both Flipkart and Amazon. But yeah, at least the S23 FE and the S23 got the expected discounts. So stay subscribed for more such deals, and as always, this was Hrideep. See you guys.